In this tutorial in CyberLink PowerDirector, I'm going to show you how to take the scene that you see on the screen right now, with the cars slowly driving down the road, into a chase scene. How can you add the suspense, the action, the anticipation that you want to make this car look like it's chasing the one that just preceded it down this street? We're going to show you an example and then some techniques on building a chase scene. In order to give the illusion of speed and suspense, you need to add sound effects and music and lots of quick cuts, reaction shots, a variety of angles. We're going to show you just a few of those in this particular tutorial. I've already timed out some of the elements we're going to be using in this example. And I have to tell you right up front that these clips were not designed to work in the same scene. If you have great footage shot for a particular scene, to integrate it, you'll have a lot better results than what we're going to show you, but we hope the techniques we demonstrate will be useful for you as an editor. So the first thing I want is my main scene. Now I have a clip here that has lots of extra footage I don't need, so I used pre-cut. We encourage you to check out our pre-cut video training so you can use the pre-cut tool to give a subset of this video. To get to my pre-cut, I click on the file folder in the lower right corner in the media room, and then I'm going to go to my pre-cut and I'm going to take and drag it down. I'm going to put it right next to my timeline marker. To save time in this tutorial, I've already put in a bunch of markers where I want certain things to go. So what I find is my video has audio with it. I don't want that. If yours doesn't either, all you need to do is right-click on it, choose the Link, Unlink Video and Audio option from the menu, and then highlight only the audio and press the Delete key and it will go away. So I have the car moving down the street. Now, I'd like to speed it up a bit. I don't need to go like triple or quadruple. And fortunately, this was shot where we don't have people or anything else that would look weird if it was twice the normal speed. So these cars are traveling about 35, 38 miles an hour. I'm going to double that. So to do that, I right-click on this. I choose my tools. And then I'm going to click my video speed. And here I'm simply going to highlight the number on speed multiplier on the left side from 1, and I'll double it by pressing the 2 key on the keyboard and clicking on OK. So now I have this shot going at an effective 70 miles an hour or so, which is a little better. And again, you need the right kind of scene. If you have people and they're moving twice as fast as normal, it won't work. So we have that. Now I started out with something else, which was the spinning of a tire wheel. Now normally I would have that in my media room, but for other reasons I've put it down on the lower track. We'll simply drag it up and shorten it. So here's my wheel running, and what I'd like to do is I have a marker, a timeline marker called wheel end, and my cursor's over that right now. So I'm going to, with my cursor there, highlight this, do Control T, and it'll split it, and we'll throw away the other half by clicking the Delete key. I'll take this and drag this up to track number 1, where it will start my video. So we start out with this wheel spinning round, and then we're going to move into the car. All right, so I have my first 2 clips. Now we're going to use what I would call a B track, if you will. This is where we're going to add on track number 2 some cutaways. The kinds of cutaways you want in a chase scene would be maybe a hand on a stick shift, a foot on a gas pedal, a car approaching the camera, passing a car in another direction, the profile of the driver, all these kinds of things that you cut in very quickly that give an illusion of speed without having to film it at a dangerously high rate of speed. So what I'm going to do is, if I have one here called odometer start. So I'm going to take and click on that timeline marker, and I have another clip that's got odometer. I'm going to drag it over, And I have another one called odometer end. I'll highlight that. Do Control T to cut it. Throw away the part I don't need. And I'm going to take this on track 2 and drag it up. And so we're going to move from the spinning wheel to the car, to the odometer, and then back to the car. That gives an illusion of speed. And so then I have one called revving that we need to put in here. Now that's an audio clip. It's a car engine revving, and I can put it on any of these audio tracks. I'll put it on track number 2 here. And now we're going to have some noise of an engine revving of the chase car. I'm going to take another one which is called car peeling. That's where we start. I'll take my car peeling audio and put that effect on audio track number 2. Again, it doesn't matter which track you use. We're going to have these overlap, as you notice, because I have this one going at the same time as this. Another cutaway that I have prepared here is one called driver. This will be the driver of the chase vehicle. So I'm going to click here, and I have a clip of my driver. I'm going to drag it over so it matches. Normally you just drop these from the media room. I have these down here for another reason, and I think that's driver end, so I'll click on that. Oh, before I shorten it, I want to change the speed of it. So I'm going to take the driver, and I'll click on Tools again, and I'll go to Video Speed, and I want to simply double this to make it look a little more reckless, and click on OK. Now I have another problem with the driver I'll fix in a moment. I'll show you about that one. Now we'll go to my timeline marker. That's how long I want the speeded up clip to be. We'll do Control T to split it, and we'll click and we'll delete the part that we don't want. I could leave it there on that lower numbered track, but I'm going to drag it up for instructional sake and put it on track number 2, where we move to see the driver. Now you notice the driver is driving a vehicle that obviously is not the same car we're looking at, and I don't really care about all the space around him, so we're going to use another technique. I'm going to click on the Tools option above the timeline and choose my crop, zoom, and pan again, just like I did on the wheel. And so what we're going to do is take this and we're going to shrink it down. We want to look at the intensity of his face, and that's the focus. We don't need all of his head. We don't need to know what kind of vehicle he's in. We just need to know he's after you and you're in trouble. So that looks pretty good. We'll click on maybe a little more steering wheel here. Okay, we'll click on OK. The shot will be so short that you won't notice. And so if we go to the very beginning of our clip, we'll click up here, move to the beginning, and we'll play. Works pretty good so far. One more piece that we'll add to this puzzle. We'll take our background music, our theme music, our chase music, add it to the mix. I need to make a change here. So what I'm going to do is click on it, and then I'll right click. I'm going to choose Edit Audio, and we're going to trim our audio. And we'll move our playhead over to where it starts, and then we'll do our mark in. And with that marked in, we'll click on OK. Now I need to move it back because it trimmed the first part off. We'll move back to the beginning. And here are some of the elements we've thrown in to make this look like a chase scene. Interesting way to take something very simple and edit it so that it has a much different flavor to it. You can use all of these techniques and adding more, especially if you have excellent video that was shot for that purpose rather than brought in like I did. And you'll find this to be an interesting kind of experiment in CyberLink PowerDirector's abilities to give you a chase scene